There we go. Everything's looking pretty good. Nothing's exploding. Everything's where it's supposed to be. I like it. That's enough waiting. Let's get started. So, hello furries and normies who got lost. I'm Cosmic the Muffin and welcome to the first live stream of this channel. It has been a while since I've had to set up a OBS source from scratch. Plus, there's a new way that YouTube does the stream keys, and I couldn't find it. I mean, I'm always late to everything anyway, but it took me a while to find what I needed, but I did, so here we are. Alright, before we get into the actual drawing, I'm going to put the chat box actually in my OBS. Yay, hi, how you doing? Glad you can make it. No, I mean, you're probably on time. I'm always late, but we're going to be drawing for a couple hours today, so there is no rush. But I'm going to put a chat source on the OBS so that it's actually viewable to people on the video, and I'm going to set up a second monitor so I can see the chat while I'm drawing. So, thank God for technical know-how. And Google. Alright. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And boop, there we go. We have a chat window. And it's gonna go right over here. And my big ol' ears are gonna cover it up so that it's not in the way. So we're gonna go down this way. Boop, there we go. And up in the corner. Perfect. Yep. So I'm probably not gonna keep this PNG tuber. I didn't have anything good to use except for this this drawing that I made for a custom keychain, but I modified it a little bit so that it actually talks and blinks, so it gets the job done for now, but I'm gonna make an actual like PNG tuber specific for YouTube stuff. So, for those who are just joining in, today I'm going to be editing one of my bases to make a Valentine's themed adopt. And if I finish it today, or if it takes too long and I feel like switching over, I'm also going to work on a new base that I made for New Year's, or I'm currently making for New Year's, that's based on the Year of the Horse. So I'm hoping to, if not finish one and start the other, at least work on one and work on the other. So I plan on making this one a Dalmatian, so I'm gonna edit my base slightly because Dalmatians aren't as fluffy as other dog breeds. So I'm gonna take some of the fluff off and make it more Dalmatian-like. But if I haven't mentioned this before, since it's Valentine's Day, the theme that I'm going for is puppy love. So let me set up my second monitor and make sure that my volume's not up so my microphone doesn't pick it up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So, as I've said in my social media posts, my 8-year-old laptop that I'm still currently using for the stream is nearing its end. Like, it's been a powerhouse. It is doing a lot more than it was meant to do. But so far, as long as certain windows that I don't need are closed, it can stream without exploding. It gets a little bit hot, but not like a worrying amount. But I'm making these adopts and I'm doing these streams to save money to get a new one that I'm eyeballing. And I also want to say I appreciate the people who've gone to my social media posts that have started giving tips and ordering commissions already. I really appreciate you guys. This adopt is going to be ready February 1st if I can help it. And it's a bit, I'm gonna make it a bit more of a simpler design, so I think that I'll be able to get it done by then. But that's enough exposition, let's get into the actual arting. Alright, and I'm drinking a Celsius because I'm thirsty. Alright, here we go. So I'm gonna get rid of a lot of, since I'm using a base, I have a lot of, pre-made layers that I don't need, and it would help my computer to take them out. So I'm going to take out the layers I don't need. Oh, wait, I needed that. Get back here. I needed that one. Come back. There we go. Let's see. We don't need that one, and we don't need that one. All right, I'm going to keep this slightly longer tail, so we'll get rid of the rest we don't need. All right. Yeah, and this base that I'm using is available on my Ko-Fi. So if you would like to get it for yourself, there's a couple PNG options that are free to download and free to use with TOS, of course. But the Photoshop file with all the layers that you can edit is available through membership or $5 flat pay. So if you would like to do the same thing, you are welcome to. All right. So first I'm going to start by taking off some of this fluff because the breed that I'm going for is not that fluffy. And I'm going to use the symmetry tool. What do you mean you're not supported? That's a lie. I use you all the time when I probably shouldn't. There you go. Try to act like I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm going to use the symmetry tool so that when I edit one side, it will change the other. Okay. Okay, I almost had a heart attack. I muted my microphone earlier to make sure that the background music was coming through, and I almost thought that I forgot to turn it back on, so I thought I was just like talking and there was 10 minutes of silence. Okay, we're good. Microphone's coming through. It's like, I love technology and I love being able to manipulate it, but it scares me sometimes. Alright, so let's start with these cheeks. Yeah, and I gotta remember to edit the other parts of the base so it matches. But these are simpler edits, so it shouldn't be that drastic. Alright, so we want slightly less fuzzy cheeks there. But I also don't want it to look like uncannily human, so we might need to cheat just a little bit. I might give them like kind of bigger cheeks so that it doesn't just look like a human head with a dog face on it. Like, yeah, I gotta clear my throat. And I'm sure you do not want to hear that. 1 second. There we go. I don't do ASMR, and I especially don't do throat clearing ASMR, so I would rather not curse anybody's eardrums with that. Thank you very much. Alright, so we're gonna give it a little bit more cheek so that it doesn't look too human. You wanna know something sad? Like, this applies to, like, all my art right now, and I'm trying my best. I draw, like, every single furry species better than my own. I draw dogs, scalies, I did a anteater recently, bats. Like, I draw every persona species better than my own. I don't know why. Even when I'm doing commissions for other people with cat sonas, like, I'm like, this does not look like a cat. This looks like an amalgamation. It's like, but they like it anyway, so I must be doing something right. Oh, that's part of the ear layer. Okay. Because I'm fairly new to the fandom. I've mentioned this before in my other videos. So, like, I've always drawn anthros, but I didn't start drawing furry specific anthros until, like, this past year and a half. And when I first made Cosmic as my Sona, like, she was always supposed to be a long-haired cat, but I didn't get the proportions right, so everybody thought that my rough sheet looked like a dog. And it became a running joke in the Discord server that I'm a part of. So I looked up some pictures of cats, did some practice studies, and finally got more of a cat shape to myself. It was mostly the nose, the shape of the head, and the ears. The ears were too small to be proportionate for a cat, so I think I finally figured it out. It's also the long hair. Like, I chose the long haired cat breed, so at least the way I draw it, it looks a bit different from like the more common house cat sonas. Right, so we got 8. That's not the tool I needed. You get back here. Get back here. Alright, try that again. Alright, so let's get rid of these fluffier shoulders. There we go. Since I'm taking away a lot of the fluff for this adopt, I'm probably gonna actually give this one hair. Just to like, so it doesn't look like too bald. The last dog adopt um that I made, I actually went the extra mile and gave it some hair. making hair, that's exactly the same size as what I just erased. I find making hair for my furry characters really hard. Like, pretty much all of my sonas anyway that I actually own just have that little like furry mohawk that everybody does. When it comes to like actually doing hairstyles though, I haven't got a clue. Cause like I know that you can get away sometimes with I know that you can get away sometimes with furs just being more animalistic and bald and not having hair at all, but sometimes it does like really accentuate the character, but I can't figure it out for the life of me. As I said before, like I've always drawn anthros and been furry adjacent, but didn't like actually adopt the label until the last year and a half. So um I haven't made art that would be like traditionally considered furry up until now. So I'm essentially learning things both for the first time and all over again. All right, that's fine. We'll keep it like that. Same thing for the elbows and the chest. Right, I'm gonna take a sip. One sec. Yeah, think I'm getting that winter cold finally. I can feel it in the back of my throat. Like, no, I've enjoyed being healthy. I've enjoyed like not having a cold this entire winter. Don't do this to me. But alas, that is part of the season. Plus, there's been colds going around where I work, so it was only a matter of time. I'm just not looking forward to it because I sound like Marge Simpson when I'm sick. It's awful. My husband teases me about it as well. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, getting cute already. I think for the sake of the live stream, instead of going through the line art, normally when I'm making a base or art or whatever, especially rough sheet style like this, I go through all of the lines and edit them before I start coloring, but for the sake of the live stream, I think I'm going to break my own rules and start coloring just the front before I move to the rest of them. Just so that I have something to show and we're not looking at the same thing the whole time. Yep. Just so we can see some of the rest of the process instead of having to wait for it. Yep. I actually had to close my commissions for a couple weeks because I went to Anthro, New England, and I had a blast. I loved it. I was thinking about I'm gonna have to wait until my new laptop comes. I could try, but considering how much it's struggling right now, I don't want to push it over the edge. But I was thinking about making a video as well as the video that won the poll about what a first time convention experience felt like. But until that happens, or if that happens, I can talk about it here. But I loved it. Like, I loved being able to suit in public because I've done it a couple times, but you know, I'm never gonna pass up the opportunity to do it with friends. The hotel was really nice. It was very, very nice. Nice location. Just a itty bit of a walk from the convention, so I could get my exercise. The food was phenomenal. Like the on-site food for A&E was so tasty. They had a like a pub style restaurant like in the hotel that A&E took place in. Um, they had food trucks outside that was super good. Um, the Fursuit Parade was really nice. Yeah, a lot of people in there. I was more towards the end, so if you see any videos that people took of the parade, I was like one of the handful of people in my toffee fursuit towards the end. So if you would be looking for me, you'd want to skip pretty far into the video. But that was fun. It was so windy. I posted I don't think I actually posted them on my main socials. I think I just posted them to Reddit, but my toffee suit has a magnetic hair poof that comes off to make it easier to clean. It was so windy in Boston, I had to take it off and I looked bald, but it was worth it because if I hadn't taken it off, my poof would have flown away. Yeah, because I know that a lot of people had like complaints about A&E, and like complaints are gonna happen no matter what. Like I still enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun talking to. I got to meet a couple of my Discord friends in person. That was really cool. Yeah, we hey, get back here. We went out to dinner a couple times, hung out around the convention. Got to meet some friends of theirs. So it was a blast. Oh, I got a important Discord notification. Hold up. Oh, okay. Oh, geez. I almost had a heart attack again. I saw an email on my phone saying you're sorry, words. I just got an email saying your live stream is up, but the email was my regular art email. So I thought I was streaming my I thought I was streaming my furry live stream to my normie account, and I nope, not ready for that yet. Ooh, let's not do that. Oh, what is that? Oh, when did that happen? Holy smokes. We are breaking up here. There. Sheesh. When did you get moved? Yeah, wouldn't be an art stream if things weren't breaking. There. Alright, let's start thinking about what we want to do for colors. While we're doing that, I'm going to check and make. I mean, okay, if I am accidentally live streaming to my normie account, like there's really no subtlety on there anymore. Like, because I do the same thing on my other account. I do like art live streams and commentaries and things like that. And for a while, I was using a very like furry looking Fortnite VTuber. Like, so if that happened, like there'd really be no difference, to be honest. Like it, I'm gonna announce it eventually if people haven't figured it out already. No, I'm not. Okay. All right. Back to the arting. Right. So even though I'm basing this off of a Dalmatian, I don't want to just do solid white because like that's like too easy for Dalmatian adopts. Like, I think I might do either a pale pink or a pale purple, because a good bit of advice that I got looking for tutorials on how to get better at doing adopts is, even if you're using a base, like, you don't want the adopt to be super easy to recreate. Like, you don't want it to just be, oh, anybody can fill in these lines with purple, pink, and whatever, and then, like, it would look exactly the same. Because artists think alike, you know, they're going to, like, similar designs are going to happen, so I'm not afraid of, like, anybody stealing this design, but I don't want to be charging, you know, a ton of money for something that somebody could easily recreate with the paint bucket tool. Like, have some purposeful placement, some patterns, like something that takes a little bit more effort than just click and fill. So, like, I do plan on having like a spotted like heart pattern, and that's not super unique for Dalmatian Sonas either, but I'm going to like switch the colors up a little bit, have a really nice palette. I might even give this one wings, you know, to go with like the Cupid theme. Yeah, I actually like that. I think that would be cute. So I think, as well as the coloring, I'm gonna give it Cupid wings. Right, real quick before we switch to the colors, I'm actually going to lower the cheek fluff a little bit, because it still has that uncanny, like, human with a dog face look to me. So I'm going to, like, let's say the cheeks are right here. I'm going to put the fluff down here instead. Like, just a little bit to not be too fluffy for the breed that I'm basing this off of. There we go. Just a little bit of fluff so that you can still tell it's supposed to be furry. A little bit. There we go. Going back to what I was talking about for a second, like, I don't know why, like, I don't know why I'm the type of furry that, like, doesn't like telling people, or still gets, like, a little bit intimidated when, like, my normie stuff crosses over. I think it's because, like, I know people that would probably think it's really weird, but, like, with all the stuff that I have, because I've got, like, a keychain, I've got shirts now because I got them from A&E. You know, I draw my furry commissions in public. I think I like being the one to tell people instead of people finding out, because then it's out of confidence and not out of, oh man, I've got some explaining to do. That's really cute. That was an accident, but I actually like how that shape came out. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm gonna keep it, actually. Ooh, I kind of want to make, if not a base, another adopt in the future. I want to make a schnauzer, both as an adopt and maybe even a Sona for myself. I love schnauzers. I think I totally went off on a tangent when I was talking about A&E earlier, and I have no idea where I left off. But we're gonna get into the coloring now, so... yeah, I can do the hair after I start coloring it, because then I can figure out the best shape and where to place it. So let's do a kind of like purplish pink, and let's do it on the lighter side. There we go. So do base color. Okay. Let me do some fiddle in here. There we go. Alright, so let's make the base of the body this, like, purple pink. You know what would be really cool? If when you were using a art program and you were messing with like the color wheel and stuff, it'd be really cool if um like your art program actually told you the name of the color that you're using. Like if you use teal, it would actually like pop up and say that it was teal, or like ash, or like actually give you the name of the color so that when you need it later, you could even type in the name of the color and it would bring it up. That would be cool. I imagine that'd be like impossible, or like you would have to limit it to like certain exacts, because if it did that for literally every shade and hue and all that in a art program's color wheel, like that would be so much memory needing to be taken up. All right, so I'm gonna start by filling in a leg and see how that looks. That's a bit too vibrant. I want something a little softer, and maybe a bit more purple instead of pink. Let's try that. Closer. Right now it looks like skin color for something like a Sphinx cat. I want it to be I want it to be not as soft, or I want it to be not as vibrant. That's closer. Okay, maybe a little lighter and a little more gray, like gray to brown. There. How about that? Hmm, it's hard to tell. Here, let me try something like this. Hmm. Maybe I should go back to pink. Less purple and more pink. Hmm. What is the vibe I'm going for here? It's a little better? Hmm. Because that's the other thing. I also tend to do these adopts on the fly, just like I'm doing right now. So what I'm trying to picture in my head versus what actually comes out is a little bit difficult. You know what? I don't know, because the last adopt, yeah, excuse me, words. The last adopt that I did, um, the last adopt that I did, what was white. Hmm. Well, let me try it with white and see what happens. Plus, I know my stream is buffering really bad, so I'm gonna be mindful of the time. Alright, I cave. I'm going with white. I guess it's easier to tell when it's a Dalmatian Sona if the base of it is white. I'm gonna try and get wacky with the colors of the hearts though. Yeah, usually I live stream console games because the um it takes up less memory on my computer to be both running my laptop as a monitor and running information in the background. But I figured I'd give it a try, both to bring attention to this adopt that I'm trying to make and trying to do content while I wait for the new laptop and I'm able to make better quality things. But to be fair, I had the same exact problem when I first started doing content like at all. So you got to start from somewhere, right? Yeah. There we go. We're making progress. Things are looking good. You know, what'd be really funny that I would like to try and do sometime. I would love to stream myself playing one of my video games in suit. I think that would be really funny. Because the fursuit head that I have right now, I can actually see out of pretty well if I only look out of like one of the eyes. But even then, like the vision on it is pretty good. The only problem is like, especially with like my ranks on some of my games, like I play a lot of games that I can't like switch between profiles very well. I'm thinking for, well, I mean, I guess that wouldn't really solve the problem, would it? I'm thinking of like switching a lot of my gamer tags on the games I play a lot to something a bit more like ambiguous and not specific to certain social medias that I have. So then I can play my furry stuff and normie stuff separately. But I think in that case I'm just gonna have to deal be too much to keep switching between accounts like that. So like maybe instead of switching between accounts, I could switch between like skins. Like have something a bit more regular. Like play with my less furry skins for my normie live streams and with my definitely furry bait skins on my furry accounts, but we'll see. There we go. So let's fill it with white. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Give my laptop a second to catch up. In a way, this is good advertising for saving for my laptop because it'll buffer less when I get new hardware. But you gotta poke fun at yourself. You gotta poke fun at technology. You gotta make. I wonder if this would help with the buffering at all and hopefully not break everything. So fingers crossed. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, the buffering's pretty bad, so I'll probably go like another 30 minutes, maybe switch to the base just so I have some of that on stream and call it a day. But it was worth a shot. Mm, yeah, I think it's buffering too much to make it worth it. But it was worth it. It was worth a try. It was worth a try. So I appreciate those who came by to check it out while we attempted it. But to make sure that my laptop doesn't melt right in front of me, I think I will call the stream good for today. And I will keep saving to get better hardware so that we can do this more often. But I'm gonna end the stream. So thanks for taking a peek. This adopt will be available by February 1st. So thanks again, and I will see y'all later.